that's gonna play a factor in the fight at all.
Errol, Canelo's backing Bud to win the fight. Why is he wrong?
Huh?
Canelo's backing Terence Crawford to beat you. Why has he got it wrong on Saturday night?
He got it wrong because he's not God, and he backed himself to beat Boval, and he got his ass whooped.
Hey guys, wait, 1 second, guys. Yeah, 1 second, guys. You said you want to take out.
Those are the words of Errol Spence as he responds to Canelo Alvarez for picking Terence Crawford. And Errol Spence pretty much at first, like, he's not God, which makes sense. You know, we're not. Absolutely not. And he says, yeah, and he picked himself to beat Bivol, and he got his ass whooped. Now, let me counterpunch. Well, first of all, that's a projection, not a prediction. See, when you fight a person, you can't really predict anything. You can project, you can believe, you can strategize, you can plan, but predictions are something that you say about someone else. So what Errol said really didn't make sense as far as, Canelo picking someone else. He should have used an example of Canelo picking someone else to win that didn't win, not himself. See, Errol Spence himself believes that he's going to beat Terence Crawford. That's not a prediction. That's a projection. That's a belief. That's an attempt. Not how he said and what he said about Canelo Alvarez. He basically just, picked Canelo Alvarez's last loss, which was 2 fights ago, right? For Canelo, and he blasted him forward. Well, hey, he got beat by Bivol. He thought he was going to win. Well, I mean, you may think you can beat Crawford, but that doesn't mean that you're going to win. So yeah, I think he should have used a better example because it really wasn't consistent with how Canelo predicted it. And I will say this: shout out to the reporters, the interviewers, the journalists. Those guys, some of them are the biggest instigators. I mean, the biggest ones. They instigate most of the bullshit. It reminds me of how, I think it was IFL TV or Seconds Out or one of them. I can't remember which one. Boxing Media, I think it is. But they were saying, like, did you know what Anthony Joshua said about you? And, Robert was like, I don't care. I don't care what he said. I think he's a good fighter. And you know what I mean? And now, he's changing his tune, which I have another video coming here in about an hour on that. But because he heard what Anthony Joshua said, he kind of still stayed with it until he got probably a little joy juice in him, a little liquor, right? So now he's changing that tune up. So it just goes to show you, if it wasn't for the interviewer, he wouldn't be changing his tune. You know what I mean? Because everything in his mind, like, I think Anthony's a good fighter. I remember him from a long time ago and this, that, and the other. But they still want to instigate the fact that, okay, well, if you think he is all that, look and listen to what he said about you, right? So, they read that to instigate. And I just wanted to throw that in there because that interviewer, journalist, definitely did that. Instigated. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Errol Spence blasting Canelo Alvarez, responding to him for picking Terence Crawford. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!